Hi, this is Guy, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sportsworldradio.
Looking for the inside track on everything sports? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet with your hosts, Jeff Eskow.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Glad you all could be with us here on Sports World Radio. Another jam-packed show for you guys. Lots and lots to get to. We're going to have a lot of fun here today. Hey, Brett, what's going on? Let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then we'll have some fun. While I'm talking particulars, guys, why don't you post this thing on Facebook and Twitter, let everybody know we're live and we're rocking and rolling. This is Sports World Radio. Usually we do it every day at 3 o'clock. On the West Coast, 6 o'clock on the East Coast. We're getting a half-hour start today. 6 o'clock. I don't freaking know. I live in California. Sports World Radio is brought to you by Professional Recording Studio Equipment.com. Head on over there, pick up your microphones, your mic stands, your mic cords, your pop filters, anything you need at Professional Recording Studio Equipment.com. Check us out on sportsworldradio.com. When you go over there, the little notification bar pop down in the middle of your screen there, top middle. Just click allow so you never miss a special episode or anything that's happening at Sports World Radio. Also, follow us on Facebook at sportsworldradio.com over there at facebook.com/sportsworldradio. That's facebook.com/sportsworldradio. While you're doing that, head on over to Twitter and follow us there as well at twitter.com/sportsworldradio. That's twitter.com/sportsworldradio. And what do you say we get the gang in here? Elliot is down today. He's not feeling well. He's under the weather. So sitting in Elliot's chair today, the one, the only, Scott the Sports Nerd. How about them apples?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. How's your back feeling?
Back's a little tender, but it's better than it was yesterday. I can actually sit down and not have any pain. So
there you go.
And my left arm isn't numb, so I'm even better.
Hey, that's even better than that. And sitting in Scott's chair today is SWT Scott Pistons. What's up, buddy? We got a Florida, San Diego, Detroit connection going on here.
Hello, guys. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing, pal?
Doing well.
Back from his travels.
Back from my travels.
How was your vacay?
Very good. Had a good time. Good 4 days off. Back to work today. I've got a new job coming. So a lot busy.
That should be interesting, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a whole different company. They sent me an offer. It was great. I accepted. So now I got to do all the background stuff. I went for my drug test today, and now I just got to wait for the background check. And once I get that, I can turn my 2 week in and move on.
Hey.
I'm assuming more money, better hours, better job.
Probably close.
A lot more money.
Yeah,
nice.
A little further away. But...
Oh, it's a little further away?
Yeah, it's up in Auburn Hills where the Pistons play. That's where Chrysler's world headquarters is. So I'm going to Chrysler.
You're going to Chrysler. Nice.
Yeah, I'm actually going back. I was there, but I was contract, and then I left. Now they're bringing me back direct. So
even better.
Yeah.
Sneaky bastards.
Big pay and lots of good benefits.
There you go.
Very happy.
Hey. Same hours?
Yep. That's flex time, so whenever I go in and leave.
Oh, wow. Can't beat that with a stick, can you?
No, it's good. Yeah, they're giving me about 16 grand more to go over there, so it makes me happy.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
It works, right?
Oh, yeah.
It works. Okay, so we had Lance on yesterday, and this happened. Did you see that Tim Tebow hit a home run his first time up?
I did see that, yes. I just saw it when I came home, and at first at bat, he hit a home run.
Who was pitching?
Is that? Some schlub, I'm sure, but still.
Yeah.
Well, it's a developmental league, so come on.
Yeah, but still, first time up?
Yeah.
What was the pitch? Probably 75 miles an hour at the most. Come on.
I think the guy went like this.
Yeah,
put it on a tee.
No, I actually saw the video of it.
Yeah.
He cracked it.
That's good. Yeah, I wish him success. Yeah. It's going to be a long road, though.
Yeah.
Well, what it'll be telling is if he gets an invite to spring training next year.
Who knows?
You know he's going to. It's going to be a media freaking circus in Port St. Lucie. Of course he's going to get an invite to spring training.
Well, he's with the Mets.
Yeah.
He may not make the roster, but he'll get an invite to spring training just for the media alone.
Well, it'll just be interesting to see if he goes A-ball or if he doesn't. Or
because the Mets want the publicity. They want the attention. That's why they're going to invite him to spring training.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen and see if this works, okay?
Okay. Well, we should get enough attention just from probably making the playoffs. All right, here we go.
All right. He hit it.
I can't see shit.
Oh, you guys can't see it? You guys couldn't see
It's
it?
so small that
You guys couldn't see it?
It's bad video.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I could see it, but it just was so small.
Oh, okay.
I saw him starting to run, and that was it.
Oh, that was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
So I'll go check it out. I mean, it looks like he's got some ability, but when they did the tryout for him, they said his arm is very weak.
Well, he can't catch either. If you saw the video of him,
Yeah.
that home run ball over the wall.
Couldn't hit a curveball. Everything he hit was a fastball. When they started throwing changeup and junk, he couldn't hit any of it. So, but, you know, he's got to learn, and maybe he'll make something of himself. Who knows? I have no grudge against the guy.
He's
So
always got that SEC network gig to fall back on, too, so he's not doing
I put the link in there. I put the link on there for you guys right there. So if you guys
Okay,
wanna see
thanks.
it.
Oh, yeah, okay. T-Blow.
So there's the link for you if you guys want to go click it. I'll leave that up there for a couple more seconds.
Very cool.
Then you can have it. And boom.
Yeah.
So see, it's quick. It's just the one pitch and him hitting it. It's the first pitch.
Yeah. That's good.
You know? Hey,
Hope he makes it. I have nothing against him. It's good for baseball if he does make
the only
it.
reason why he went to the Mets is that they're allowing him to still do his SEC stuff.
Yeah.
That's
He
why.
can't give that up.
No.
That'd be stupid too. ESPN give up a gig, and then if he don't make baseball in 3 months, he's out of work.
Oh, poor baby. Poor baby.
Yeah.
He belongs in the SEC network because Johnny Manziel needs a part,
There you go.
right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so one Scott's going to get pissed off about this, but the other Scott won't. Training camp in NBA opened up, huh? That Scott pissed off?
That's awesome. I love it.
Think
Love it,
about
love it, love it. That's great.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued to see what the Knicks are going to be like this year. I'm kind of intrigued.
That's the fun part of the preseason
That
and
doesn't
going into the
intrigue you,
first
nerd?
month.
Sports nerd?
Nah, he's in a different situation. He's got a team that's going to make the playoffs. We all know it. Are they going to win it again? That's the big question.
Yeah, but he still likes. Since he's been hanging out with us, he does watch a little bit of basketball. I know that.
You can tell by his reaction how much he's saying right now.
I know. Wait till college basketball starts, then he'll pep up a little bit. Yeah.
Now, if they get on the basketball
Midnight
court,
Madness is coming soon.
oh, I love it. Now, if they get on the court and they go 3 wide, will that make you excited?
Absolutely.
No, I'm just kind of intrigued to see what the Knicks do, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Well,
They should be an improved team, to be honest with you. I'll put my 2 cents in. They'll be an improved team. The triangle ain't going to happen.
No, I'm also intrigued to see what the Bulls do with Wade, you know?
But, Jeff, aren't you worried about Rose? Is he going to last?
That's the problem right there. What do you think they got Jennings for?
Yeah. But, no, I like the beginning of the season because now you got to see the Spurs without Duncan.
Right.
I want to definitely check out Golden State with that forward tandem they've got.
That Hall of Fame class in 5 years in the NBA is going to be freaking awesome. I'm going to tell you that right now.
So it's fun. I like seeing the rookies and how they mesh. I want to see one of my guys, Denzel Valentine, how he does in Chicago.
The Lakers usually play Portland down here in San Diego for a spring training game. I'm hoping we can go to that game this year.
Cool. Those are probably hot tickets. Pistons do that. They go to the west side of the state and play in Grand Rapids. And that game just so hard to get tickets for. It's the only time to go
Excellent,
out
Brett. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That makes me very happy.
there. It said he might play though.
He might play. He's got a hairline fracture in his knee.
Yeah,
And J.J. Watt's out for the season.
that's what it sounds like.
Dallas Cowboy season is over.
Well, and J.J. Watt, that hurts the league.
Yeah, and you know, after the conversation, and Elliot, Scott, were you here for that conversation that Elliot and I had?
About
Might
what?
not have been about my survival team.
No,
No. Who's your survival team
That's
this week?
exactly it. Who is the survival team of the week this week? Because the games this week are just like.
well, last week.
Well, you could always take the Redskins. They're playing the Browns.
Well, that's who I took.
But then again, if you listen to Terrell Pryor, the Browns are going to win each and every game the rest of the season. So
Yes, see, look at Brett. Look what Brett just said. Exactly. That's what he said last night on the show. And then I found out that JJ's not playing because he's done. Yeah. But I did pick Washington first.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
that Houston Tennessee game.
that's scary. That's
That's
a
a
scary
scary
game.
game.
It is.
There's a
Where's
lot
the-
of scary games this week.
Where's the
Oh, there
Washington
definitely
game?
is.
Huh?
Is it in? Where's the Washington game?
It's in
Cleveland?
Washington.
It's in
It's
Washington.
Okay.
Maryland. Excuse me. It's in Maryland.
Maryland, as I like
Yes.
to call it. I like to call it Maryland. Okay,
It's in Maryland.
just like you know me. Louisville is not Louisville. It's Louisville.
Louisville.
It's Louisville.
Yeah. Well, I got
Because you're at home,
bounced.
but that's okay.
I got bounced this week.
Oh, it's either Louisville or it's love out.
I
Inky hates when I do that. Love out.
got bounced this week because I took the Cardinals over the Bills.
You got bounced, huh? I'm still in mine, dude.
Cardinals over the
Barely.
Bills.
Thanks to a missed field goal with time expiring, you're in it.
Why is he in it?
Still in it, man. There's only 29 people left in it.
Hey, Seattle signed C.J. Spiller.
Did they really?
Yes.
Woo!
Hey, did you guys hear? And I don't know if you guys talked about it yesterday or not, and we can talk about it if you want.
That's right, Brett. A win is a win. You tell him, buddy.
Hang on.
No, I didn't.
The feud between Steve Smith and that cornerback from Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Did you hear about that?
No.
a little bit.
Hang on a second. What did
The
he say?
disrespect. Yeah, he was on Mike and Mike, wasn't he? Yeah, a couple days
Steve
ago.
Smith was, yes, yesterday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. The cornerback from Jacksonville, he's a rookie. I forgot his name already. I think he was like one of their first round draft picks or something. One of the 3 stars they picked up in the draft that were all should have been first rounders, but they went like 1, 2, and 3, third round. Said that he had no respect for Steve Smith as a man. He was a great player, but he's an old man now, and he has no respect for him. Steve Smith went off on this
I'm
kid.
sure
He
he
told this
did.
kid, this said, you know what? In 5 years, kid, in 5 to 10 years, they're going to be measuring me for a gold jacket, and you're going to be retired. So don't tell me what the hell you're thinking about me. I love me some Steve Smith trash talk, brother. I love it. He's an old man, but I love his passion.
Okay, so right now in the Survival League, Washington's sitting number 1 ranked.
Surprise, surprise.
Shocker.
Cincinnati is number 2 at 22.37.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
Wow.
they got the Bengals. That's why.
Wow.
I'm sorry, the Dolphins.
Yeah, but I can't. I could pick that game because I already took Miami, so I can't use Miami again.
You're not a big fan of the Seahawks over the Jets?
No, that game scares me.
Really?
Yeah,
God, the Jets quarterback is horrible.
that game scares me. The Indianapolis-Jacksonville game scares me. The Carolina Panthers Falcons game scares me.
What about the Bills at the Patriots with Tom Brady
That
coming
game
back?
scared. No, it's not Brady this week. Brady's next week.
Oh, it's not? Oh, that's right. This is week 4. That's
Yes,
right.
Brady's playing the Browns next week.
That's right.
That's when I'm taking them.
I'm off a week.
That's when I'm taking the Patriots, and that week right there.
Yeah. You're just
that's
following the
right, and
the
that's
Browns.
when Cleveland gets their first win.
Probably. You never
this past
know.
Sunday. They should have beat Miami.
What about that Steeler-Eagle game?
That
God.
game scares me.
No, that was
No,
last
Ste-
week.
He's talking about last.
Steelers are playing the Chiefs this week. That game scares me.
Yes. Well, we were talking about last week, Steelers and the
game.
Eagles, how the Eagles just friggin' manhandle them.
Yeah,
That was unbelievable.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Okay. The New Orleans Saints Charger game scares me.
What was the Sunday night game past week?
Dallas and
Chicago. What a dirt game that was.
Yeah, and then of course there was that track meet that occurred in New Orleans on Monday night.
Yeah.
Dallas plays San Francisco this week. That game scares me.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Well, you look at all the teams that are 3-0. It's crazy.
The Rams and the Cardinals game. That game scares me. Because the Cardinals are playing like crap.
Yeah. The Patriots are 3-0. The Ravens are 3-0. The Broncos are 3-0. The Eagles are 3-0. The Vikings are 3-0.
Scares me.
Broncos Buccaneers should scare you.
That game scares me.
Because Jameis Winston, despite the defense failing him this past weekend, he's been lighting it up.
Yeah, that game scares me.
5 teams are 3-0, and you would probably only guess 2 of those, should have been 3-0. The other 3, where they come from.
The Bears-Lion game scares me.
Oh, that's garbage game. Garbage.
Hey, Scott,
the Bears are horrible.
Scott, if you were still in your Survivor League, who would you pick this week?
Me? Let's see. Let me think about that. I would go with let me pull up the schedule real quick. The
Cleveland freaking Washington game scares the crap out of me.
It's because the Browns showed promise last weekend.
And I picked Washington, and you know how much that I don't like to do that because of Gary One-Arm.
I'll go with the Seahawks over the Jets.
See, I can't do that. That game scares the shit out of me.
Why?
You would take what?
Seattle over the Jets.
I'd take Seattle over the Jets. Yeah, I mean it's a scary game, but the way the Jets played last week, and this game's actually in the Meadowlands too.
Yeah, so exactly. Seattle's flying across.
But why does this so
country.
scare you so much? Their quarterback is awful.
Seattle's flying across country, and Seattle's quarterback is hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna have to join.
That's why I'm not in it anymore.
Number one quarterback against the Jets.
That's right. That's why you're not in it anymore, Scott. Exactly right.
Well, the way I look at it, it's one less thing I have to worry about this week.
Did you see what I'm
I
saying?
don't have to make a pick.
All these games scared the crap out of me this week, man.
Well, last week did that to you because there were so many unexpected results last week that now all these teams are 2-1, 1-2. It's like, what's the real
guessing
team?
yourself all over the place.
Well, we're at the stage of the season now where which teams are real and which ones just haven't.
Taking the 0-2 Washington Redskins to beat the 0-2 freaking Cleveland Browns.
That would be 0-3. Thank you very much.
Give them their credit.
They're going to lose this weekend, so I might as well pick them.
They'll be 0-4 after this weekend, I think.
Yeah, I might as well pick Washington. The Panthers will not lose 2 for 2.
I don't know. They got rolled last week.
Well, they're playing Atlanta, right? And they're playing home at Atlanta.
Yeah. And Atlanta looked pretty darn good. I know it was
Atlanta looked good against the New Orleans defense that sucks.
I know.
New Orleans defense is coming here Sunday.
But Jones didn't do anything, and look how well they did.
You know that game is going to be sold out because that's the first time Drew Brees has been back here in San Diego since the trade.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I like the Chargers in that game.
The last time they were here, he didn't play.
Oh, was he injured?
Yes.
Nice.
Right. So this time he's going to play in the game. So he still has a lot of fans out here. So that place is going to be packed. I just put my credentials in for that game last night.
Yeah, how pissed off is San Diego now that Brees knowing that they traded away Drew Brees?
Yes.
And he's got a ring and they don't.
And they traded it away for him. Phillip Rivers, who hasn't taken them to the Super Bowl, has he?
Nope. Barely got in the playoffs.
Yep.
Barely got into the playoffs.
Right. He just signed a 4-year deal last year, I believe, right?
I think so. He did, yes.
Yeah, he did.
So you better hurry up and get it done. Otherwise, he's not going to see crap. You know?
Yep. Well, let me throw a little baseball at you guys because some teams have got 4 games left and some have 5. The wild card in the NL, that's the easiest of the bunch. You got the Mets and the Giants on top. The Cardinals, their magic number for being eliminated is 5, so they've got 5 games to go. And Miami's magic number is 1, so they're all but done.
It's a shame because they lost Fernandez over the weekend, and he would have been one of the guys that could have gotten them over the hump into the playoffs. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen now and it's sad because 24 years old, my God.
Yeah.
And he was one of the best pitchers in the majors too.
Oh yeah, definitely put it. If not top 5, he's definitely top 10. But what was he doing on a boat so late at night? Do we know?
The questions are out there. I really don't know what he was doing. I've read some text messages back and forth between one of his friends that died and his girlfriend or friend or something like that. And she didn't want them going out. They asked them to be careful all the nights. If I'm going boating, I'm going boating in the day so I can see where the hell I'm going.
Yeah, that's what they did. They ended up hitting rock, right?
Yeah.
That was about 3 a.m.
Yeah, they were too close to the freaking shoreline.
There's no reason to be out on a boat on 3 o'clock in the morning.
You're right.
Unless you got somebody that knows what the hell they're doing, very experienced driver, while you just hang out and you have your fun. But in the AL, there's still a lot of teams in it, but these magic numbers are for teams to be eliminated. So Kansas City's just 1, Yankees are 2, Houston's 2. So they might all get eliminated tonight. Seattle's 4.
And you can knock on Lance even more once the Astros get eliminated.
Yeah.
They are eliminated as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's not official, but yeah, they got to have everybody lose and they have to win everything basically.
Right.
Then you got Seattle with 4 and Detroit at 5. So, but Detroit might catch a break here because they got 2 more with the Indians, and the Indians might throw out garbage pitchers again just because they have it clinched, like they did last night.
Well, I'm concerned about the Indians pitching going into the playoffs because they've had a couple of starters go down that may not be back. So I'm concerned about that. I'm not worried about their bats as much as their pitching is concerned.
Right.
They've got they've got the division wrapped up. They can rest as many players as they need to. They're not going to catch Texas to get home field, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Regardless, I'm excited that they're in it. And to be honest, I really want to see a Cubs-Indians World Series. That would be phenomenal because of the history factor. Those two get into the World Series. They're going to talk about the time between championships for both clubs till you're sick of hearing about it. It's been nice since 1948 for the Indians. It's been since 1908 for the Cubbies.
Yeah.
So I would love to see those two get into the World Series. I'll be an Indians fan till the day I die. So if the Indians and Cubs get in, I'll root for the Indians. But if the Indians don't make it and the Cubs do, I'm going to be rooting for the Cubbies because I want to see the Cubbies do it. I'd love to see the Cubbies win a World Series. I'd love to.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I can't wait for the playoffs to start.
But if that thing goes into November, man, it's going to be cold in Chicago.
It is going to go into November. The last games, the Game 7 is like November 2nd or 3rd.
It's going to be cold.
And if it's Chicago and Cleveland, it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold, man.
We're 7 days away from the playoffs starting.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Next week, right?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, right?
Yeah. That's great.
One's on what? One's on Fox and one's on TBS?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
You got to go around, click, find it.
Yeah. Well,
remember the old days?
Yeah.
One channel and you didn't have to do nothing. Right?
Oh, it used to be great because they used to have afternoon games that come home from school, 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, man. Now they play everything at night, Rat Bastard.
Yeah. Late at night.
I miss the day game.
Yep.
You know,
the times and the of day World Series games and playoff games are over. It's all going to be nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks because it's colder at night, so the games at night are going to be colder in Chicago and Cleveland.
Yeah, everybody playing all the divisions going on. You got day games going on.
Yeah.
During playoffs, but the World Series, it's all night game, right?
Yeah, and it sucks because the first pitch isn't until like 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And that's give me a break.
Great for Jeff because he's on West Coast.
Yeah, that's great for me, man.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. After the game's over, I still got all night.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got to miss some of the game to go to bed so you can get up early in the morning and go to work.
Yeah, I'll suffer through it.
You know, the game around here ends like at 8 o'clock at night. I still got all night, man.
I stay up till about midnight anyway, so.
You know?
Yeah, when it gets to about 10 o'clock, that's when it starts.
When the lights, that's when the lights start to go out in Scott's home.
In my place, it's when the lights go out at about 10 o'clock.
When I go out there, he's staying up late. I'll tell you that right now. You better take a week off from work too, because he ain't gonna be able to handle it. I'm a night owl, man. When I was in New York a couple of years back, that was the problem with me. I was up until 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I went to sleep. I kept my body on California time. So it was only 3 o'clock in the morning, my body thought. So I went to bed. You know?
Let's see. The Mariners beat the Astros this afternoon. So this magic number's probably changed by now. Let's see. No.
I don't even know what's going on. He talked the whole crap of baseball yesterday. And you know him, you ask him a question and he goes. You know? And every once in a while, I found myself just like this, thinking about other things while he was talking. I was just staring. Yeah,
he likes to really get into individual players.
That's okay. Hey, no, I love it.
No, I'm not knocking it. That's great.
Hey, Cubs signed Leo Epstein to a 5-year extension.
Yeah. I do want to ask him though, is with the job now, does he have as much time to pay attention to baseball like he did before the job?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He said he does.
It's going to get worse. And as he gets older, he's not going to be able to remember everything like he is now.
Yeah, I know. It's the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah, that's the thing is you don't have enough time to follow all these guys and keep up with them.
Yeah, he did. He had all that time in college. Now he's not going to have no time at all. Dinner's ready.
Yeah. No, as my phone went off.
It's the dinner bell.
Someone sent me a text message.
Dinner's ready. So did you see they had the funeral today for Fernandez, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's sad.
It was. But, hey.
24 years old.
Yeah, I know. It's your fault, buddy. You were out there.
I was?
Not you. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Ron should be popping in any minute. I was been speaking to him on Facebook. So.
Who, Ron?
They have this. Yeah, Ron. They have this thing. I saw this article really quick because the Chargers are playing this week against Saints. And it's Phillip Rivers. I mean, it's Drew Brees' first time coming back.
Yeah. Well, that's a good story.
Yeah. That place should be packed.
It should be.
You know and they have an article here about what Phillip Rivers learned from Drew Brees.
What did he learn?
You learn how not to win in San Diego. That's what you learn.
Right.
Because as soon as Drew Brees left and went to New Orleans, what happened? 5 years later, They won a freaking Super Bowl, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Phillip Rivers is still in San Diego with nothing.
Well,
and the way that things are going, he'll never win one in San Diego.
They're not going to wait things are going. They're going to be in L.A.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to be in L.A. The Raiders are going to go to Vegas, and San Diego is going to have nothing. And I could care less.
They'll have the Padres.
Woo! Like I said, they'll have nothing.
They'll always have the Padres, Jeff.
They'll always have Tony Gwynn.
Well, yeah. Well, that statue will be there forever.
That seems to be the only thing that they care about.
Yeah. You know, I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
So Des Bryant said he's going to play anyway?
Well, it looks like
it's uncertain. They're uncertain.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're hopeful, they say.
I hope he does, and somebody hits him in the knee and he makes it even worse. And they're playing San Francisco this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope somebody from
in San Francisco
cracks him.
Yeah.
Knocks him out, puts him out for the season.
Maybe Kaepernick will. He's got nothing else to do.
There's a little rumblings going down there about that
What's
situation between Kaepernick and the head coach.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Head coach still thinks he's injured.
I don't think Kaepernick wants to.
Damn, the Indians got spanked today or yesterday, 12-0. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's because I got drunk last night.
Yeah.
Probably.
Including
they got the Blue Jays and Orioles 1-2 for the wild card. Tigers are a game out. Mariners are a game and a half out, and the Astros are 3 out. So that's how it pans right there. Tigers still got a chance, Scott. I don't know if they're going to make it, but they still got a chance.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Cleveland now wrapped up, so we should be a little bit easier these 2 games, and then they got to go to Atlanta. So
you're a game behind Baltimore, huh?
Yeah, and Baltimore's got to play Toronto again tonight. And I'm not sure who they're playing next. Is it? Let's see.
What? 7 games? What? 5 games left?
5 or 4.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I don't know
How's
who
that damn hockey guru at?
I don't know. He's coming.
Let's see. They got to play. We got 2 more with Toronto and then 3 with the Yankees. So it's not easy for Baltimore. They're all on the road.
Oh, poor Bubba.
Well, the Yankees are out of it. Thank God.
Well, you know the internet in Canada where he's at. He's got to he's got to wake up the rat and the mouse and stuff. Got to get the cheese on the reel and all that. Got to, get them all trying to fire up the machine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's got to fire up the whole kit and caboodle. He talks on his phone. I should say.
Tigers Indians are on ESPN tonight.
Yeah.
Who is?
Probably blacked out here though. Tigers Indians, ESPN. Tigers Indians. Yeah. Probably blacked out here on ESPN.
Yeah, probably. That'll be your luck.
Listen to those horrible local announcers.
I got the who's or what's it tonight. I think I'll probably watch that. Is the Giants, Dodgers, Padres.
Hey, it's on.
You actually would watch that game? Really?
Yeah, because Padres beat the Dodgers last night. And it's the last 3 home games of the Padres for this year. That's another reason why I'm going on a night shoot tomorrow night, because it's the last home game of the year tomorrow night for the Padres, and I want to get some pictures when it's all lit up.
You're going to get Comerica Park? Is that what it is? Is that what what's the name of that stadium out there?
What, Petco Park?
Is it Petco Park?
Yeah, Comerica Park's in Detroit, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Petco Park. That's a beautiful park, man. It's really a beautiful park. Next time I go to a game, I'll take pictures of the park for you, too. They got a section of the park when they were getting ready to build it. They gave the city of San Diego, the citizens of San Diego, a chance to buy a brick and have it engraved and put it in the building.
Nice.
So there's a section there, and when my mom passed away, right? We bought a brick for my mom, and it has, a nice saying on it with all our names on it and everything. And the brick is in Petco Park. It's part of Petco Park. It's kind of cool, Not a lot of parks don't do that normally,
Yeah, Tigers have that. When you walk in, you could purchase bricks when they first did the stadium.
Yeah, when they first built the stadium, yeah. And then we bought a replica brick, so we have one at the house here.
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice to have.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, need to go down there and see it.
Yeah, and our brick is on the floor, so people walk all over it. So you got to go down there. When you go down, you got to clean it off so you can get a nice picture.
There he is.
What's up, Ron?
I hear you.
Invite that bastard in here. Let's go.
I did.
So you finally got your hamster working on the wheel, I see. The internet all
He doesn't necessarily, because it says sending invite. It doesn't say he's there. He is. Come on now. Come on, Ron.
Wait for that voice coming. You
Gonna have
can't
to introduce.
You got Brett.
You have to introduce us to this guy. I don't know who he is. It's been forever since he's been on.
Chrome, you rat bastard.
Throw it.
Yeah, this kid, he hasn't been on it
going through for some reason.
I wanna know what his he just signed out. I want to know what his trip to Vegas was like.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure you guys seen all the pictures he put up with his farmer's tan. I'm sorry, wait, hold on. With his Canadian tan. It's not a farmer's tan; it's Canadian tan.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I want to talk to him about that.
Ron, it should be Chrome. You can try Firefox, but Chrome works better.
Chrome, you freaking humpage.
You may want to try refreshing, or if you've got if your computer was on all day, you might want to refresh it, reboot your computer too. That might work for you.
Why does he always have problems?
Canada, eh?
Wait till you see your tan. You ain't got no tan. You got a Canadian tan, you freaking hump.
Farmer tan galore.
You probably what'd you do? Go to the tanning booth today to even out the rest of your body? Huh? You're not seeing the invite? Okay, watch this, Ron. Hold on a second. I'm going to send Ron a special invite.
Give him that link.
Ron, I'm going to send you a special invite on Facebook. Okay? Sign out of here or log out of here or whatever, and then click the link I send you on Facebook, you freaking hump. There. That should bring you in the back door. The back door is better anyway. Trust me.
I'm sure he enjoys the back door quite well.
Oh, boy. I wouldn't know about Ron's habits.
He just got home from Vegas. I'm sure he enjoyed the back door. I know he tried to get into the arena where the hockey team's going to play, and they wouldn't let him in. He's a freaking Canadian, that's why. They wouldn't let him in. He said he was Canadian. Well, that was his first mistake right there.
Right.
You know, he should have turned around and said, I'm the play-by-play guy. They don't have one yet, so you should have just said that.
That's awesome.
That's what I would have done. Actually, you know what I would have done is I would have went with my press passes and say, hey, I got to get in there, take pictures, bitch. How do you like them apples?
Applesauce.
Hey, log out of here or don't
go to
log
Facebook.
Out of here.
You just sent you a link.
I sent you the link on Facebook, you freaking humpage. What am I talking Spanish today?
Yep.
No habla español.
Oh my God.
Si, senor.
Holy freaking tatas.
Tata.
Yeah, just call me Pallone.
Talk French. Yeah, I'm not going to talk French.
That's not French.
Parlez-vous français?
That's not French. That's Spanish. Pallone. You know what that means, right? It means bald man. Bald guy.
Bald guy.
Bald guy over here. Right. Why is he having so much trouble?
Because he's Canadian. He doesn't know any better.
Oh, thank you. Now you just figured it out. Thank you. See, now he's out of the room again. Thank you. Yeah.
He's working on it.
He's working on it. You know who did a better job? Chris, okay? He did a better job than you just did there. Hey, I sent you the link on Facebook. Click the link, log in, and it should take you right, and you should just pop right on in.
Ron,
Francais?
Ron, listen to me very carefully, okay? Let me type in "okay" so you understand, so that you know that I can hear that you can hear me.
He can't.
Okay, Jeff sent you a link on Facebook. Go to Facebook, and there's a link in your messenger. Okay? All right? You're going to want to log out of this site, what you're doing now. Go to Facebook, find the link that Jeff sent you, click on that link. Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I wish it was Halloween already.
I was just gonna say that.
I wish it was Halloween already so I could put a mask on because this is.
He's gone, so you understand the words coming out.
What movie is that from?
Can't remember now.
Rush Hour.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris Rock.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. Excuse me. You are correct.
Rock. Chris Tucker, Chris Rock.
Don't they all look the same?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm sorry.
No.
All right, Ron, you did not come back in his room, did you? Yes, he did. All right, Ron, if you can hear and see us, that means you're in the green room.
Click
at the bottom. Click the little green button at the bottom of your screen that says "Go Live on Air." If you can hear me,
right. Put your cursor on you and then click your green button. You freaking humpage. Boom.
Thank you. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ron Gallo.
The old dog can be taught, but there's no microphone.
I can hear
me.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I can't hear myself.
So how nice is it?
Why would you want to hear your freaking self? You don't need to hear yourself.
I know.
How nice is that F-150 you guys are selling? I saw pictures of it.
Well, let's put it this way. I love my truck. It's a 14 F-150.
Yeah.
It's on a 4-year lease.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably be trading out of that one as soon as the spring rolls around. I'll drive this one through the winter. The F-150 is amazing. I mean, you're talking to a guy that's biased, but bottom line is that for the money, you're getting way more technology, way more truck, and way more safety features. It's a very safe vehicle.
You at work?
No. I was there earlier, but yeah, I was there earlier.
Well, I drove I used to work for a sand company. We sold because, being in Florida, that's all we do is sell sand in Florida. And one of the company trucks was an F-250 diesel, an 02 model with the Power Stroke diesel in it. That was a nice truck, man. I miss that truck. I miss it so bad.
The Power Stroke diesel will outlive the truck itself.
You put 300,000 miles on that engine, and it's just broken in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Okay, Ron Gallo, how are you? How was Vegas, brother?
Yeah, how was your trip to Vegas?
Vegas was a lot of fun. I gotta say, I'm not a concrete jungle kind of guy. So if I go back again, I'm gonna want to do a bike ride. I'm gonna want to do a hike. I'm gonna want to do maybe the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam. We did the concrete jungle. We went up and down the strip every day we were there. We ended up on Fremont on the last day, and I ended up doing the zip line over Fremont Street, which was cool.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of that. I also saw the pictures of your tan. You are just a white mother.
Yes, you are, man.
Wasn't that an awesome picture?
I couldn't stop laughing, Ron. I couldn't stop laughing at you, brother.
Yeah, we were showing them on the show. It was great.
That's awesome. That's wicked.
And I'm back about 10 years ago when I was playing golf on a regular basis, I'd have one of those tans because in Florida, I wear long pants and a polo shirt, and of course, from here down was dark and red and brown, nice color, and everywhere else I was so white I glowed in the dark. So I can relate definitely to that
Look at Scott, he glows in the dark now.
Las Vegas was a lot of fun. We were down there, and it was very hard to find hockey. I know I'm moving this along, but I really want to get this off my chest because the thing is that everybody was defending the fact that there's no hockey down there. We're all saying the same thing. It's because Las Vegas does not have a name. Las Vegas does not have a logo. Las Vegas does not have this, and this. Okay, bullshit. Okay.
Whoa,
Hookers are not allowed. Hookers are not allowed on the strip of Vegas. But I'll be damned if I can't go one block without somebody shaking a hooker's card in my face, telling me I need to take it.
I remember that. It was in Vegas in 08. Every time you look.
Okay, just because they're not on the strip doesn't mean they're not in the McDonald's on the strip.
There you go.
Exactly.
Right.
That's my point. So where was the promotion for the Las Vegas Hockey Club? Nowhere to be found. And in a week's time, October 7th and 8th, the Los Angeles Kings are playing back-to-back preseason games in T-Mobile Arena. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody.
Ron, I want you to know, I had to do some retail therapy a couple weeks ago, and I came home with this. So I am so looking forward to this season. They had preseason hockey last night. The Lightning played the Hurricanes last night in preseason hockey. I'm excited. Go Bolts!
Exactly. Go Bolts. Hey,
they're already going to suspend a Canadian.
Yeah. Going to ask you real quickly what happened in Tampa Bay with the football game earlier this week. But first, let me stay with this for a second.
You're going to bring that up to me? You're actually going to bring that up to me? Really?
Yes.
Well, all I know is that I had friends from Prince George in to watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, and they got evacuated in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they got evacuated because that's what happens in Florida. They get bad storms in Florida in the afternoon, yes.
First time I've ever heard of that.
Oh,
like
yes.
that happening.
Bad lightning storms. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Now, when I landed in Las Vegas on Sunday afternoon, almost right away, the first thing I started noticing was NFL jerseys. There was an NFL jersey being worn by the shuttle driver. There was NFL jerseys worn by almost everybody at the hotel as far as hotel staff goes. Every one of those check-in counters had a different NFL jersey being worn by the person that was assisting.
So it wasn't just the Raiders, it was everybody.
No, it was everybody. I mean, the one that ended up helping me was a New York Giants jersey, but there was jerseys everywhere.
What day was this?
Sunday.
The 18th.
Yeah, the some of the casinos, they allow their employees to wear their favorite team's jersey. They did that at the casino I was at.
Fast forward after we finally throw our luggage on our beds and we're out walking on the strip. People everywhere in football jerseys. Where I'm going with this is football is a religion in Las Vegas. Football is a religion probably in the United States, more so than I have ever understood before going to Las Vegas. So much so, in fact, that it's more of a religion than I think hockey is a religion in Canada. And everybody knows how much hockey is important to Canadians. Everybody knows that. So where I'm going with all of this is when it comes to hockey and trying to sell hockey in the United States, they're not just third or fourth on the list. They are a distant third or fourth on the list. And that's why I'm saying that when the Las Vegas team, whatever they're going to be called, whether it's the Desert Knights, the Silver Knights, the Gold Knights, whatever they're going to end up being called, it's going to be Las Vegas blank Knights. It's going to be something Knights. But whatever they end up getting called doesn't matter on September the 18th. What matters is getting people to understand that hockey's coming to Vegas, and nobody was out there doing anything in the form of promoting it. The closest I ever got to hockey, World Cup of Hockey, there was some games, and on the Tuesday that I was there, which was the 20th, Canada was playing the United States. And you could see, and it took a long time, but you could walk by some of these pubs that had multiple television screens. You would see the game. You would find the game. And of course, I walked by, Canada scores. I'm like, go Canada. And I got booed. So, I mean, thank the guy that booed me, that recognized enough to reason to boo me.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, unbelievable. I was floored. And then, I'm not sure if you saw this or not, but late at night, I stayed up till 1 o'clock, watched 2 hours of sports night television, looking for hockey highlights between Canada and the United States. Did not get a single clip. Just that one goal. That was it. One goal out of 7 or 8 goals. One goal was shown, and that was it.
NFL is king in Vegas for one reason and one reason only, and that's
betting.
The sports books.
Yeah.
That's why
all those people were headed to the casinos and going to the
betting on football,
different rooms to watch games all day and put their bets.
That's why the NFL is king. When and if the Raiders come to Vegas, which preliminary things are saying that it's going to happen, that is going to be such a financial boom to that town. They have no idea. They're going to figure out a way to get the Raiders on the books, on the board, even when they're at home.
Okay, now this is going to be sad, and I don't want anybody to think that this is religion. This is one man's opinion. After being down there in the United States, after talking to a few people and finding out what's going on, there are people that do understand the game of hockey, that know that it's coming to Las Vegas, and believe that there's going to be betting rights allowed for the Las Vegas hockey team.
Right.
For me, this is my opinion, only my opinion. I do not say that this is going to happen, but this is my sense. This is my feeling. The betting, they're going to start off small. They're going to allow the NHL to do the betting because it's going to be on such a small level. And the next thing you know, there's going to be that push to bring the Raiders into Las Vegas. Las Vegas is going to have an NFL team. They've already got a precedent set that there can be betting on professional sports in Las Vegas. Boom, you've got your betting for the NFL. My opinion is that this whole thing with an NHL team being in Las Vegas is only a farce for something much bigger and much more important to the American population that travels to Las Vegas, and that's betting on NFL games being played in Vegas.
Yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Indians are up 1-0 already.
Hockey is not going to survive in Las Vegas. Period. Last time I talked to you, Jeff and Scott, the last time I talked to you, gentlemen, was about 3 weeks before I went to Vegas. And at that time, I told you I gave them 3 years. 3 years before Las Vegas, the supporters of hockey would want to see something happening with that team as far as standings go. I don't know that franchise will survive 3 seasons in Vegas to begin with.
Really?
They're going to bring back the Quebec Nordiques.
That's where they're going to end up.
Really?
Seidenberg is with the Islanders. What I was going to say is that I found only one real diehard hockey fan. It was a lady that had been moved from New York to Las Vegas. She was managing the restaurant in the hotel that I was staying at, the Flamingo. And she understood the game of hockey because of where she grew up in New York. Of course, in New York, hockey is a little bit bigger than it is in other parts of the country. Exactly. Yeah. So she understood the game of hockey. She knew how important it was. She was planning already go to the October 7th and 8th games. But until I told her the games were on October 7th and 8th, she didn't even know when the games were. She just knew that there was going to be some preseason games that she wanted to attend. That's how poor the advertising is down there. 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, and they still haven't even got the word on the street that they're bringing in a couple of professional NHL games.
Wow.
It's because it's preseason.
It doesn't matter that it's preseason. That's all they're going to get for a full calendar year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
there's so much competition down there.
Well,
so
the
many
good news
different
about
things
it
going
is
on.
they've got a while before they get it figured out, get the advertising figured out. I mean, eventually they're gonna start promoting it because it's a professional sports team in Las Vegas. Eventually, they will promote it. How they go about doing it is yet to be seen.
I know damn well how they're going to do it. There's that half-price ticket stand, and that half-price ticket stand is going to be trying to flog those NHL games on game day. The hotels are going to be throwing in a complimentary. You get little vouchers when you check into your hotel. You're going to get handed a free ticket to go see the NHL game.
They've already sold out for next season. You know what? And the casinos bought up all the freaking tickets, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just holding on to them to hand them out.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. I mean, eventually the casinos are going to be, let's put it this way. The zombie burlesque show that I went and saw was $35.
Yeah.
Caw that I went and saw was almost $100.
Yeah.
Is over $100 to go see it. These NHL games, they're going to be $18 games or less. And all they're going to be is an opportunity for cheap entertainment for people that want to do something in Vegas and didn't realize that all of these shows cost $100 or more to go and see that they want to go see.
Exactly.
So they're going to go, well, you can have this $20 ticket and go watch the Las Vegas hockey team. What's that?
Well, like I said, they got a year to figure it out. How they do it is up to them.
Now,
whether it's the Chamber of Commerce or whether it's the state of Nevada, the gaming commission, the casinos, however, they got to figure it out.
One thing I'm going to say is that there's so many people in Las Vegas, like transient, like coming and going from the airport and staying on the Strip. The T-Mobile Arena is literally a half a block behind the New York. Just as you get to that intersection, you walk along
or across the street, or on the same side.
Behind it.
Okay.
Okay,
right. So it's on the east side of the Strip.
I'm all twisted around because the airport is south of Las Vegas, South Strip. So it's actually on the west side. So New York is on the west side, and it's in behind New York, and it's only like a block away. It's the Toshiba Plaza or something like that, and the T-Mobile Arena is in the Toshiba Plaza. But you've got the New York right here at this intersection, and this street ends. It won't go any farther. It's just a great big walking path, and around as you go past the one bar on the side of the New York, there's the T-Mobile Arena. So it's right off the Strip. It's like right there. So it'll be easy to get people funneled that direction. All they need to do is a couple of little barricades, and the next thing you know, people don't even realize why they're walking to the T-Mobile Center, but they will. Anyways, I mentioned the hockey game on the Tuesday night. That was Team Canada taking on the Americans. Americans ended up losing that game, so they were gone. They were basically ousted from further competition. They had one more game that they had to play, but it was a mean-nothing game. They weren't going into a medal contention or any of the semifinals or anything like that. The interesting thing is when Team USA lost to Europe, Jeremy Roenick blasted the players and Hockey USA. When Canada defeated Team USA on the Tuesday night, Phil Kessel came up with a genius tweet. It was called, "I'm sitting here on the couch with my dog thinking I should be doing something more important, but I can't put my finger on it." He had hand surgery in the off season, but he was cleared to play. So, I mean, it was completely genius. It was passive aggressive. It never called anybody out. It just said, there's something, I feel like I should be doing something more important. He got flamed the next day in the media, and that was actually like, you could see it in American media outlets. I was there obviously on the 21st.
Yeah.
And on that Wednesday, it was coming through all of these different sports media channels, how everybody was pissed at Phil Kessel for what he had to say on Twitter. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, he didn't call anybody out. He was quite passive aggressive. It was very well thought out, or maybe it was just complete coincidence, and that's who Phil Kessel is. But nobody said diddly squat about what Jeremy Roenick had to say. And basically, Jeremy Roenick lambasted the entire team to the point where the team had to defend themselves in front of the media on the Monday and say that, well, no, Jeremy Roenick is right. We shouldn't be playing, this lackluster. We should be playing a lot better. And obviously they didn't. Another interesting game that I saw in the World Cup of Hockey, Team Canada and Russia. Yeah. Now, if I can have a few minutes to get on a bit of a soap opera here for a second, I did a blog recently for Ovechkin versus Crosby, and in it, my last statement is that the hockey gods are still upset that Alexander Ovechkin won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year in 2005-2006 over Sidney Crosby. And here's the reason why. Those two gentlemen, Alexander Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, are 2 years apart in age. Sidney Crosby is 2 years younger. When Ovechkin was drafted into the NHL, that was the 04-05 season that ended up getting canceled because of the labor dispute. So he never played that year. The following year, Sidney Crosby was actually a year younger than what Alexander Ovechkin was when he got drafted. So in essence, there was 3 years of separation between these two players when they played their first full season in the NHL. Alexander Ovechkin was 21. And Sidney Crosby, 20, and Sidney Crosby was just 18, just drafted into the NHL. The two of them had a great big spotlight shining on them as far as who was the most important player, who was the rookie of the year. When it came down to it, the Calder Trophy was awarded to Alexander Ovechkin. That's really been, other than the Art Ross Trophy, which he seems to win at least every other year, if not back-to-back years, that's the only ever trophy that he's ever won because of the player that he is on the ice. He's never won a Stanley Cup. He's never won Olympic medal. He's never won World Junior medals. He's never won anything. And when they played Team Canada in a must-win game in order to advance to the semifinals, Alexander Ovechkin had one shot on goal. Wow. One shot on goal. So the question that I left in the end of the blog was, when, not if, but when is Russian hockey going to actually snub Alexander Ovechkin and turn their back and leave him sitting on the couch like U.S. hockey did with Phil Kessel, like Canadian hockey did with PK Subban? It's coming.
It's coming.
Alexander Ovechkin is going to be left on the couch.
You know how much that makes me happy.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, some of the comments that blog ended up bringing back is I actually heard from somebody who says that they're an Alexander Ovechkin fan and they actually enjoy Russian hockey over Canadian hockey. But even that person, he was a Canadian, but even that person agreed that there's the way it's done, the way it's drafted, the way that it's all individualistic with Russian hockey does not work. It's not Russian hockey from way back in the day when we always compare Team Russia and Team Canada in that Canada Cup series that ended up going into Russia, and there was a great big war. Back then, there was no one single star on the Russian team. It was just a complete body of Russians, and they came at you wave after wave after wave. Now everybody puts all this weight on Alexander Ovechkin or one other person, and when he can't carry the weight, which he can't, he's proven that he can't. Then everybody wants.
This year are a perfect example. The Capitals could do nothing after, against Pittsburgh in the finals. So I mean, it was terrible.
No, and I mean, you look at the regular season, and Alex Ovechkin is lighting it up, and he was actually more of a team player last year during the regular season than I've ever seen him in all his years in the NHL. And I thought, and I said it on this show here, Jeff, I said that I thought he was turning his game around and he was trying to play more of a Canadian-style game. As soon as the postseason came, he was right back to who he was, and Washington Capitals were right back to where they always are in the postseason, watching.
Right.
Yep.
So just kind of interesting. I mean, those are two of the big thoughts that I have from the World Cup of Hockey. In case you're looking for an update, a very interesting story coming out of World Cup of Hockey yesterday before the game actually started. I'm going to have to dig up the name, and I apologize. Somebody else has probably got a better memory than myself. Actually said, from Team Europe, to win one game against Canada is near impossible. To win two is impossible. And this is a European hockey player talking. I mean, talk about instilling confidence in his own dressing room.
I know, right?
Right? So some people say that they were trying to use that as a possum ploy because Europe did come out very, very strong against Team Canada and actually for the first 4 minutes of the game had all of the shots and ended up forcing Brad Marchand to take a penalty. If it wasn't for Carey Price, it wouldn't have been a no-score game at this point. Carey Price had to be sensational in the net. They killed off that penalty. As the penalty is expiring, Sidney Crosby spots Marchand and Bergeron heading up the ice in center ice, and they set up a beautiful 2-on-1 to open up the scoring, and from there it was basically immaterial and all downhill. Europe did get one goal back after it was 2-0, but then Canada ends up winning that one 3-1. So they take one game out of a best of three. So this could be over tomorrow night if Team Canada wins. If Europe does pull off the impossible, then game number 3 will be played on Saturday, October the 1st.
Wow.
So World Cup of Hockey preseason is starting in the NHL. We've had 3 nights. Tonight will be the third night of preseason games. So don't expect much out of the preseasons. A lot of times they're split squads. A lot of times they're rookies that are going to be sent down to the American Hockey League or even return to their junior hockey teams. Brogan O'Brien, for example, I don't ask you guys to remember the name. He's just a Prince George hockey player that I know very well. He's playing with Colorado. He got to play in his preseason game, but it was just a rookie squad playing for the Colorado Avalanche, so the brass could have a chance to see the players that are coming up through their development leagues. Brogan O'Brien will be back in the lineup Friday night here in Prince George, playing in the home opener for the Prince George Cougars in the Western Hockey League. But I mean, an opportunity for a kid like that to just get an opportunity to dress in a Colorado Avalanche jersey and play for the Colorado Avalanche organization. I mean, that's huge for development. And I know this kid. And I mean, if you want me to, I can talk to him and get his experience and what he thought about playing for Colorado. Brandon Manning is another Prince George boy that I spent some time with in the summer and talked to him about what he's been going through. It's interesting. He was an undrafted player and he fought his way into an NHL lineup, and he just recently signed an extension with the Philadelphia Flyers and will be on their full-time roster, not likely to be sent back down to the Phantoms.
Hey.
Yeah, so, not too bad. But
yeah,
you guys hearing of anything else?
If you talk to those guys, you should have a tape recorder handy with you.
And at least save the audio, right?
You going to do some broadcasting this season, Ron?
I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing any broadcasting. I am kind of coming out of retirement this Friday night to help the Spruce Kings at one of their home games as PA and music. Okay. But I don't think I'm going to be doing any actual play-by-play or anything like that this year.
Okay. All right. Who do you like this? I mean, have you had a chance to study as far as preseason rankings and how teams are going to be looking this season?
For me, it's always, you can never judge on the preseason, like I said, because you can never look at the fact that the Calgary Flames are performing as well as they are because they might be playing an older squad than the team they're playing against, right? You can't look at the Pittsburgh Penguins or even the Boston Bruins for that matter because they're missing a couple of key players. You look at the Montreal Canadiens, obviously they don't have Carey Price because those guys are away playing for Team Canada at the World Cup of Hockey.
To show how some players are still playing in the World Cup as it with preseason coming on. So
exactly,
they're not with their squad. So yeah.
No, so the preseason is not much of anything, and I mean, when Crosby comes back and plays for the for the Pittsburgh Penguins and has to play against some of the guys that he was suited up with, including boys from the Philadelphia Flyers or from the Tampa Bay Lightning or whoever. I mean, these guys are going to already be 3 strides ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of buzz going on here in Tampa about the Lightning because they managed to get pretty much their whole team back intact from last season.
And Stamkos is looking good, by the way.
Yes, Stamkos, his health issues are behind him. They're still concerned, of course, in my mind about the blood clots. If you look at the Chris Bosh situation in Miami on the NBA side of it, but I'm excited for hockey. I'm a big, my number one sport is football, but number 2 is going to be hockey because I love the Lightning so much, and I'm really excited about the upcoming season, what they can do.
Well, you know what? Give your guys pats on the back. I mean, since I've been coming on the show quite regularly, you guys have really taken on the task of making sure you guys are keeping my feet to the fire, and you're following the game a lot more than say some other people were a few years ago. So certainly that always feels good too, because I mean, a sport like hockey, which is, really having a hard time gaining some traction in the United States. It's important that there's an opportunity for other people to weigh in on it and not just have to drag in a Canadian off of the street.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I'm always one to say that, yes, it's great to watch the Lightning on TV, but it's better the best place to watch hockey is in the actual arena. It doesn't translate very well on TV, as you know. But I'm excited. And I know the town is excited. Lightning have got a very loyal fan base, very loyal. And they always manage to sell that arena out. They put 20,000 butts in the seats every single game. They're in that arena, and it's amazing that a city so far below the Mason-Dixon line, if you would, and so far from Canada is a hockey town. But this area is more excited about the Lightning than they are about the Buccaneers.
Wow, to me that's a surprise.
Yeah, that's just the way it is here. They're more excited about the Lightning and more loyal to the Lightning than they are the Bucs. And football's king. Football's king in the U.S., but in Tampa, Lightning is king. The hockey is.
Okay. You're asking me about some bold predictions or anything like that. This is an example of how far and how hard it is to predict something like any professional sport, whether it be NFL, NBA, or the NHL. I came across an article that said that the Stanley Cup Finals will be played between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Vancouver Canucks. You read another article, and they're predicting that the Vancouver Canucks are going to finish dead last in the standings. So,
right.
Go figure,
Edmonton's
right?
got a brand new arena, but too bad they don't have a hockey team to go along with it.
Well, there is, if he can stay healthy, Connor McDavid is expected to really challenge for the scoring race this year.
Player, but they don't have a great team around him either. That's the sad part.
It's true, and but you have to wonder how long you're going to have to wonder how long they're going to let that that slide. I was going to say George McPhee. Of course, it's not George McPhee up in Edmonton. He's in Las Vegas, but you have to wonder how long it's going to be before they start trying to build something around him. And it's surprising that they haven't. And it's also surprising that I haven't seen Edmonton make a move on Jacob Trouba yet, who's asked for a trade out of the Winnipeg Jets organization. Apparently, Winnipeg is making it extremely difficult for any other team to be in the running. They're telling everybody that they want, this is Winnipeg saying that they want a left-handed defenseman about the same age as Trouba to come back in a deal. Well, that really handcuffs anybody because a lot of people don't want to give away those young guns.
Right.
So you're just trading a young gun for a young gun. It's like, trading a 7 of diamonds for a 7 of spades. I mean, it's still a 7 at the end of the day.
What do you think the fallout's going to be from the U.S. team? I mean, is it the players or was it the management of the U.S. team that caused all the issues? I mean,
this one will be interesting. I think that John Tortorella is going to wear a lot of it.
Yeah.
I do think that this Phil Kessel thing is all but over. I do think that we haven't heard the last of it, and I do believe that John Tortorella is going to be the one that's kind of becomes the scapegoat, if you will. If somehow Tortorella can get away from that, then it will be management and it will be the structure of the entire Hockey USA, not just the team, not just the immediate management that put together that team, but all of Hockey USA may ending up getting a little bit of a shakeup.
There's been a lot.
But the reason why I say John Tortorella is probably going to end up being the scapegoat is because he heading into the World Cup of Hockey, he made that comment and that statement about his hockey players. If they choose to sit during the anthem, they have chosen to sit for the rest of the game. So what he did was, he was trying to put a political statement that's coming out into the professional sports arenas here, and it's actually growing in momentum. Like they're starting to get a lot more support from a lot more athletes for kind of voicing their opinions about during the anthem. Anyways, irregardless, I'm not in a position to make comments about it because I still don't quite understand the connection between Black Lives Matter and the national anthem. But anyways, where I'm going with that is John Tortorella all of a sudden made the most important thing heading into the World Cup of Hockey the anthem and not the games.
Right.
And then, of course, the U.S. teams go 0 for 3, and they're like, after their second loss, they're done.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what happens in their third game. They're done anyways. They're not going any farther than having to play out the games that were mandatory to play. So John Tortorella, I believe that's the reason why he's going to be held accountable, is because he changed the focus from the game and the performance on the ice to what happens before the game off the ice.
He should be held
I mean,
accountable.
he brought a lot of distraction on himself by doing that. And, he's known as a hothead, and he's been in trouble before in the past. The one saving grace that Tortorella has, he does have a Stanley Cup under his belt as a coach.
Yeah, but how much was he really responsible? Now, you're in Tampa Bay. You've probably got a better understanding of the history than anybody else does. But seriously, like, he inherited that team and in the second year that he was there, led them to a cup.
It's a good point. He wasn't able to do anything with them after that. You are correct. And I don't know how much he really had to do with it. I mean, a lot of it was Vinny and Marty St. Louis. The players have had a lot more to do with it and their abilities as opposed to the coaching style of John Tortorella.
Yeah, and then you look at what happened to John Tortorella since then. I mean, he took a team in the New York Rangers that should have been performing better than they were and went nowhere with it. They ended up swapping coaches with the Vancouver Canucks, and he lasted one season in the Vancouver Canucks organization because of his hot-headedness that got him into trouble. And then sure enough, that hot-headedness ends up raising its ugly head again, if you will, during the World Cup of Hockey. And in that game against Canada on Tuesday the 20th, the Team USA actually scored the first goal. Canada came back and tied it up, and then they scored a second goal. And he challenged that second goal, which, again, when you lose a challenge in hockey, you end up losing your timeout, and you can no longer challenge any additional plays throughout the remainder of the game. So this was early in the first period, and instead of trying to refocus his team and get them back to a level playing field with Canada by tying the game 2-2, he ended up, again, this is where he's going to be a scapegoat. He ended up throwing out the challenge flag, and there really wasn't much to go on there because the argument was goaltender interference, and then it turned out that the argument should have been for a puck being kicked in, but then it was realized that it was the trailing foot, and you know what? It unraveled for the U.S. from there on out, and that's why Canada was able to build such a big lead and carry it on for the win.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, and he hasn't really done much in Columbus either, but not that they have a lot of talent in Columbus, but he really hasn't done very much with that team either.
But don't underestimate Columbus either. I mean, Columbus, the Florida Panthers, and no offense, Tampa Bay Lightning are not teams that you expect to make it to the big dance, but they have.
Yeah, they have.
Columbus has gone deep into the postseason. Both Florida and Tampa Bay have raised the Stanley Cup, and Tampa Bay has been challenging, and they're almost just runner-up, unfortunately, a couple of times.
Finals last year. So, yeah, that's 2 years of. But you know what? Our coach now is so much better than Tortorella ever was in Tampa, even though Tortorella's got a cup. And the talent level is as good as it was 13 years ago when we raised it. So I'm really looking forward to it. They even invited Vinny back for like a impromptu fan press conference session this past week. So he was in town with a lot of praise and honors for Vinny. Vinny will always be a Tampa Bay Lightning for as long as he lives. Him and Marty both.
There's players like that. Yeah, there's players like that.
Even though Marty preferred going back to New York, Marty will always be a part of the Tampa Bay Lightning family, always, because he, it was him, Brad Richards, Vinny, and Andrew Chuck that brought a cup to Tampa Bay, and so we're hoping these new kids with Stamkos and Hedman and Vasilevsky. You know, that's a big question mark too. Is the goalie situation in Tampa? Do you think Bishop may be out there for the expansion draft, or do you think they hang on to him? What do you think they're going to do with him?
If you can only hold on to one goaltender, I think Tampa Bay will go for age, and they'll hold on to their 22-year-old Vasilevsky.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't. He did pretty well in the playoffs. I mean, Bishop, we got knocked out because of injury, and Bishop will be the number one goalie going into the season. But it's not a bad thing to have two great goalies in your stable at the start of the season. He might be a trade deadline prospect as well. Or they may hang on to him until the expansion draft. Let him go in the expansion draft. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Anyways, the only other, I mean, there's been some stuff that we've probably talked about, but it's been so long. I mean, Patrick Waugh is no longer behind the bench of the Colorado Avalanche.
I saw that.
Yep.
The Vancouver Canucks, I mean, I've already told you there was one that said look for them in the Stanley Cup Finals. There was another that said look for them to be dead last in the standings. I think this is the last real serious year for the Sedin twins in Vancouver, and I do believe that the Vancouver Canucks have tried to do something about that, and they've added some depth to play around the Sedin twins and see if they can't actually get more. And we got to see a taste of that with the Team Sweden in the World Cup of Hockey, because the Vancouver Canuck line made up that top line of Henrik Sedin, Daniel Sedin, and Louis Eriksson, who all play for the Vancouver Canucks and are expected to be the top line again, or at least line number 2 for the Vancouver Canucks. So, there are things to watch for sure. I mean, you got to watch for Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews in a preseason game, I believe it was last night for the Toronto Maple Leafs. His slap shot exploded the glass in behind the net.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Austin it's actually on. I should see if I can find you the video real quickly. But Austin Matthews is expected to add much needed life into the Toronto Maple Leafs lineup.
Well, John,
and they do have exactly.
In Edmonton, he's also a Maple Leafs fan, so yeah, he'd be happy to hear that.
And I think I already mentioned it, but Connor McDavid, as long as he stays healthy, he should be fine.
Yeah, he's one of the best prospects to go up since Stamkos.
Yeah, and Milan Lucic, the interesting thing about him, he's playing with the Edmonton Oilers as well. The interesting thing about him is I think he was actually given an opportunity in Los Angeles, underneath the coaching of Sutter there, to actually take a lot of calming down. Like, they brought that, he was another hothead on the ice and even off the ice, and they were really able to calm him down because they weren't putting as many things on his shoulders to carry around. And in Edmonton, now he just gets to be a support. Milan Lucic doesn't have to be the big aggressive guy anymore that's out there in your face and needs to make an impression every time he steps foot on the ice from the bench. So it'll be interesting to see the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, as much as they've been a terrible team year in and year out for the last 5 or 6 or even 7 years, they may have actually found a way to turn things around. They are shipping out a couple of the young players, but they are keeping some pretty good core players and some players that have the potential of doing something right, and playing in that new building, as you mentioned, should be huge as well.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, anytime a new arena comes up, they got to have it. There's a lot of excitement, and hopefully the team can go a long way to bring that excitement to the town. But the Oilers have been bad for a long, long time, and it's going to take it's going to take a lot to get there.
Well, don't forget, Edmonton was on a high for a long, long time because of Wayne Gretzky. Right. And long after Wayne Gretzky was gone from Edmonton, Edmonton still held on to that high. Those 4 Stanley Cups are huge in Edmonton, but it wasn't that long ago. I think it's 2 years ago now that they actually took down the little placard at the bottom of where it says "Welcome to the City of Edmonton." They took out the placard that says "Home of the Champions."
Yeah, it's been that way for a long time.
So now this new arena, if Edmonton turns it around in their first year in the new arena it'll now be called the house that Connor McDavid built. No different than in Pittsburgh, the arena that
Eric Lindros.
No, in Pittsburgh.
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby really built the new building where, Mario Lemieux played when it was the Igloo. And
remember the movie that Jean-Claude Van Damme was in with the big picture of the Igloo. Yes, I mean that's when I think of the Igloo, that's what I think of as that movie with John.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's his face? Oh shoot, I forget his name. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, obviously it's going to be very, very interesting to see what ends up happening in the NHL moving forward. And we've got a couple of weeks of preseason. We've got a couple more, potentially 2 more games of World Cup of Hockey. Don't be surprised if it's all over tomorrow night. Team Canada is just that strong. If they show up sleeping on the bench, that's about the only chance that Europe has.
Yeah, right.
This thing better end soon. Hockey season's starting.
Well, it technically already has, right? I mean, here in Canada, we're already getting televised games, right?
Yeah.
The Detroit Red Wings right now already lead the Boston Bruins by a score of 2-0 at the end of the first period. No score between the New Jersey Devils and the Philadelphia Flyers after the first period. About to drop the puck is the Pittsburgh Penguins in Chicago. The Dallas Stars are in Colorado to take on the Avalanche. Anaheim Ducks are in LA a little bit later this evening to play the Kings. And in Vancouver, the teams that we were just talking about, the Edmonton Oilers, will be playing the Vancouver Canucks.
That must piss off some hockey teams that the hockey players are still playing in it.
It's preseason, though. I mean, it's an opportunity for players that wouldn't normally get to play.
But it's also a chance for players to get to know each other who haven't been there before. You know what I'm saying?
And really, when you and I look back at what preseason hockey was all about, it was about finalizing line combinations.
Right.
How are they going to do that now?
It's good to have you back tonight, Ron. It really was.
Yeah.
No worries. It was my pleasure to be back, even though you guys get to laugh to me about the hamster wheel that turns my internet.
Never lived down those pictures, brother.
I'm working on getting the other hockey guy on that we have every once in a while on with you at the same time on a Wednesday.
Give me a bit of a warning so I can make sure I brush up on some of the current news, because I don't always pay attention anymore. Sometimes on my bike.
Well, this guy is out of New York. He's out of Elite Sports New York. He covers the Rangers and all that stuff out there. So I want to get you two together on the show and just let you two go at each other.
Yeah, remember, he does it professionally. I just do it as an amateur.
We ask one question apiece, and you guys will take over the show. We'll just sit there.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to
go. Could be fun.
So, Ron, what do you think about Wayne Gretzky leading the 100th anniversary? It's neat to see him back in his name out there again.
Well, no, absolutely, and I mean, he's been making news off and on, and certainly his venture as the coach of, at the time it was the Phoenix Coyotes, is the only blemish that he's really got on a pretty illustrious hockey career, where there are still records that are going to be really hard to take away from Wayne Gretzky.
That scoring record is going to be hard to get to.
Without question. And I mean, it's not a case of the number of games. It was. There's an argument to be made that a person like Mark Messier and Dave Semenko made it easy for Wayne Gretzky to find some open ice. But Wayne Gretzky was one of those players. It's no different than any other elite athlete. If you listen to them, there's a theme there, and it is they don't chase the ball, they don't chase the puck, they go to where the ball or the puck is going to be, and that's what makes them great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
You think of Wayne Gretzky, and I think Michael Jordan both have a very similar quote, and that is, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right. Exactly.
So...
Yep.
No, I'm with you on that.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Ron.
Hey, thanks, Ron, buddy.
You'll be back next. You coming back next Wednesday?
Yes. Employee pricing will finally be over. I should be able to be rested and not rushed. In other words, I can have the hamsters all warmed up and ready to go.
Just think of all the money you're making during this sale, so it's all good.
You guys have no idea how hard it is. I'm the hamster in the wheel trying to make the money. Let me tell you.
Well, at least you get a beautiful wife to help you along, so it's a good thing.
There you go. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of your support and everything else. And yes, I will be back next Wednesday.
All right.
See you later, Ron.
Take care, Ron. Thanks.
There goes Ron Gallo, the so-called hockey guru of Sports World Radio, right here on Sports World Radio.
So-called,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey, we're going to get the flock out of here ourselves. It's that time, ain't it?
There you go.
How about that? That went pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
He's good.
Time flies
Always.
when
It's
you're
always
having
good
fun,
talking
isn't
hockey,
it?
isn't it, Scott?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
He does it for it. Yeah, he gets the time going. You don't have to talk that much. You just let him go. It's a beautiful thing right there. All right, so it's football day tomorrow. We'll have the fantasy football maniacs with an X guys with us tomorrow. Derek Laughlin and Nicholas Lord will be here tomorrow, so join us for that. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. For Ron Gallo, Scott the Sports Nerd, SWT Scott Pistons, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio.
Thanks for listening to Sports World Radio. Your hosts, Jeff Escow and Elliot Big E Lomba. Online at sportsworldradio.com. Sports World Radio, the equal opportunity ripper. We'll catch you next time.